It's hard to believe that the Donkey Kong series has been around for 4 decades now. The original Donkey Kong arcade game came out back in 1981, and I think that is the most popular, or one of the most popular arcade video games of all time. It was recently reported that the arcade game, all versions of the game, managed to generate at least $4.4 billion in revenue, and that the Donkey Kong series altogether from like 1981 up until now has managed to sell over 65 million units worldwide, and that's very impressive. And when you look at Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong basically was a big name before Mario came up, because when you think about it, Mario had his very first game back in 1985. Prior to that, we had Donkey Kong. We had the 1981 game where you played as Mario and Donkey Kong was the main antagonist. And then you got the Donkey Kong Jr. game, which came out the following year, I believe. And it was the opposite. Mario was the main villain. And I think that was the only time Mario was ever the main villain in any game. And I guess Donkey Kong was captured, and you had to be Donkey Kong's son and rescue him. And then you got Donkey Kong 3, which came out in 1983. That's a game that's, well, to me, it's like the black sheep of the trilogy, because a lot of people don't talk about it as much. And I think Donkey Kong 3 and Donkey Kong Jr. was not as popular as the original Donkey Kong game from 1981. But if we're talking about success, the Donkey Kong series really didn't start to get very popular until like the mid-90s. Because I remember when Donkey Kong Country came out in 1994, it ended up becoming one of the most popular video games on the SNES. I think it was within the top 5 in terms of best-selling SNES games for the decade, and I believe it managed to reach somewhere around like 8.3 million in terms of sales. It was either that game or the series, I'm not quite sure. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the Donkey Kong trilogy was awesome. The character sprites, the soundtrack was unforgettable, and then even though like we got Donkey Kong 64 for the N64, and the game was a commercial success, it was not nearly as successful or as popular as the Donkey Kong Country series that we got in the SNES. I believe Donkey Kong 64 managed to reach over 5 million in terms of sales, and I think that ever since the SNES era of gaming, like Donkey Kong games kind of declined in popularity, even though like most of the games are pretty good. Like the latest like major installment within the Donkey Kong series, I believe, was Tropical Freeze, which came out on the Wii-U back in 2014. It's a game that's really good, but doesn't get talked about in the same light as the Donkey Kong Country series or anything like that. And ever since Tropical Breeze, we never really got a major Donkey Kong game for Nintendo Switch. So it raised the question whether or not Nintendo is going to make a new Donkey Kong game for Nintendo Switch, and there's been rumors circulating around the internet that they're working on one. They just haven't announced anything yet, and a lot of people are hoping that they release a new Donkey Kong game soon, because it's been about like 7 years since Tropical Freeze came out, and a lot of people have been waiting for a new Donkey Kong game for years, but as a lot of people know, Nintendo has various other projects that they're working on, and I guess, Donkey Kong is going to be on the back burner until, I guess, further notice. But as far as the milestone that the Donkey Kong series has reached as of late, it's very impressive, and honestly, a lot of people are expecting more great things from Nintendo in relation to the Donkey Kong series in the future.